What's good, everyone? It's your boy Nacho.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What did we just watch?
Let's go.
That was an epic win. That was an epic win for sure. 29-19, Washington beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the reigning defending champions of this NFL. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this win? We'll start with Evan.
All right, so my thoughts are basically, you could tell that Washington circled this date on their calendar. Like they circled this down. They penciled it as like the most important game of the season, and really, they played like it. Starting from the opening drive too. It started from the jump. Not only keeping Tom Brady and the Bucs off the board, forcing a 3-and-out on the opening drive, and then the offense got it going just like they did in the playoff game. First, and then it was like, first we settled for field goals, right? Settled for field goals, and we're thinking, oh, like Tampa's gonna like hang around, and then come back and kill us at the end. But then, and every time we started to think that, Taylor's like, nope, touchdown drive, nope, 15-yard pass, nope, first down. And it's like I keep saying all the time. There is nothing in sports that's more dangerous than an underdog who thinks they have a chance. That's what Washington was today. And Washington, you could tell, they heard a whole bunch of smack talk this week about, like, oh, it's Tom Brady. Like, you're going to lose by 30. Tom's going for 400. Like, they expected Washington to roll over and die. And you could tell from the attitude, they ain't care about none of that. So, yeah, this was a character win, and we'll see what happens from here because, like, we've seen crazier stuff happen.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta eat some crow. I thought we were gonna get blown out in the preview video. I said like 34-13, and you know what's more impressive is Chase Young, torn ACL, he's out for the year. MRI incoming. Ricky Seals-Jones. Oh my gosh, I thought he was Jeremy Sprinkle. He had this one. It was a third down. We were driving, and of course it stalls because he drops it. It's just he was hurt. Brandon Sheriff got hurt. Injuries were everywhere, which is just more impressive, man. It's insane. And then that last drive, yeah, congrats. Yeah, we deserve this one, man. As fans,
I will say though, Brandon's a Cowboys fan. I think our concerns about the Cowboys are.
Because did you see what the Cowboys are doing to the Falcons?
The game's still going. Oh my goodness!
Wait, it might be.
One thing is though, we beat the Bucs, something the Cowboys couldn't do. So, but that last drive, like it was 10 minutes, 80 yards. Riverboat Ron finally coming into play. I told myself that
twice.
Yes, yeah. On that fourth, yeah. And, that fourth down, it was let's talk about Terry McLaurin. Oh my goodness. This guy is a man amongst boys. When will people Washington Warrior gets hit. I thought he was concussed. Gets up and starts flexing. No, bro. This guy, it's just words can't describe how much of an impact this man has on this team. This man is a true warrior. I am so happy we drafted him in the third round from Ohio State. He is the real deal. Scary Terry is here to stay. But just a crazy game. Well-coached game. Scott Turner, there were play calls were questionable at times, and the run game looked like it wasn't going well, but Antonio Gibson looked really healthy. It looked good. Just kept pushing. The first touchdown he had where the whole offensive line just kept going, and it was great to see a great team win. I'm happy we won this one, something we deserved as fans, and the guys deserved it. It was a well-fought win.
Speaking of offensive line, I know Bill and I talked about this.
It's like you can only really criticize Scott Turner, but so much for how the team played today.
Yeah, sure.
It looked like they was clicking on all cylinders, especially offense. And remember, guys, Tampa Bay had the second best rush defense in the league coming into today, and Washington was just able to establish the run. So, like, I got no complaints for Scott Turner this week.
Yeah, for sure.
So like Bill and I were talking about, like, off camera, although he did go in and out because of injury, I think what I've been saying for the last couple of years about Brandon Sheriff and how he impacts this entire offensive line and how he gets the run game going and how if he's missing from the lineup, our run game is absolutely nothing. I think that reign true again today. I know he's getting paid $18 million, not worth $18 million, is always injured. We're not going to sign him. I'm done with that. I get it. But I think the offensive line, like you said, Evan, played very well today. And they were up against they had a very tough task up against that Tampa Bay defense, and they prevailed. My initial thoughts, though. So as I said on Twitter, I was taking an exam today, 3-hour exam, and I didn't turn on the game until, as I told Abdullah, 2 seconds before that Evans touchdown. So I had 2 seconds to realize, oh my gosh, we're up by 10 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the fourth quarter. 2 seconds in between that moment and seeing Mike Evans, that, what was it, 60-yard touchdown?
40 yards, I think.
40.
Whatever, 40, 50-yard touchdown.
Mhm.
Absolutely burnt Kendall Fuller. And I was like, oh no, I'm the bad luck. I think this might be the start of the downfall. But that 10, 11-minute drive that Abdullah talked about, man, that's and even Evan talked about, character drive. Chase Young, your best defensive player, arguably, went down for an injury, right? Rest of the season. But the defense, was still playing well.
And they were already missing Montez Sweat, too.
Yes.
And Montez Sweat. Remember what we were talking about in the offseason about, like, if Chase Young and Montez Sweat go down with, like, COVID or something because they're unvaccinated, then, like, who do we have to replace them? But ultimately turned out to be injuries, like, and we're still asking the same questions. Who do we have to replace them? But that's besides the point. Our offense, Taylor Heineke, we talk about this. It feels like he has Tom Brady's number, which is kind of crazy to say, but like, I mean, at this point, he's played better than Tom Brady, in my opinion, in the last 2 games against the Tampa Bay Bucks. And my last thing that I wanted to say, Antonio Gibson. I know he's been struggling for most of the season, some because of injuries and some because of just overall lack of production. This game, he had 67 yards, I believe, 2 rushing touchdowns. One of those touchdowns, he definitely was helped by the offensive line pushing him into the end zone. But kudos to him for finding a way to, again, prevail against this, second-ranked rush defense by Tampa Bay. Last year, I think they were the best. That just shows you how great this rush defense is. And we found a way to prevail. Brandon, I wasn't talking crap about the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are really good. I think it was somebody else in the comment section.
They won 43-3 today.
Yep, I saw the first score I saw. The first score I saw on Sunday Ticket was the Cowboys game. I was like, oh my gosh. And but then I saw our score and I was like, you know what?
Atlanta some frauds.
Yeah, it's all good. But now, I mean, we could talk about like a couple of things. So first thing, how big of a loss do you think Chase Young's injury will be for the rest of the season?
Long term, it's a big one. It's a big one because Chase brings like a spark, a dynamic every single game. He's somebody you have to game plan for. Remember, we didn't have those for a very long time. And Chase is only one of maybe 2-3 players on defense that you got a game plan for. So that's a big loss. So now without anybody you really have to double team, then like
no sweat.
The O-line can like attack us differently, attack our D-line differently. So it's going to be a big hill to climb. Although, luckily, Carolina is a team that we play next that doesn't exactly have the best O-line. So, like, there's a little grace there.
We're going to talk about the next matchup soon. But what are your thoughts on Chase Young? Cool.
I mean, it's going to be a big loss, but again, the team was fighting. What is it? The backups are what? Is it James Smith-Williams and Casey Toohill, right? Yeah. So at one point there was number 57. I don't know who that was on the field. I don't know if you guys know who that on the team 57. He was playing. I was like, yeah, we are so thin.
Maybe a linebacker.
Yeah.
It's probably a linebacker.
Maybe. I'm just talking about how the depth, like it's just insane. And for 2 interceptions in the first quarter, it just came out of nowhere. There should have been I thought it was gonna be a third one, but. It was a good challenge by Ron Rivera, but it was incomplete. But going back to Chase Young, yeah, it's going to be huge. But we'll see how they do against Carolina next week with Cam Newton and a revenge game for Ron Rivera. There'll be a lot of highlights. I mean, a lot of news coming up for that game.
Bunmi Rotimi is number 57. There you go. So that's probably why he didn't get his name. Yeah, honestly, Chase Young being out, I mean, it's a loss. I hate to see injuries for any player. players on our team, players on opposing teams. I'm not one who roots for injuries no matter what. And I mean that no matter what.
Mhm.
Honestly, in terms of the loss, though, I think again might be a hot take, but Montez Sweat being out for a month. Well, okay, obviously Chase Young being out for the rest of the season is the bigger loss because it's for the entire rest of the season. But in terms of the next 4 weeks, right, that Montez Sweat's gonna be out. I think that's a bigger loss than Chase Young being out for the next 4 weeks. I think Montez Sweat this year has been more of a difference maker, although both of them are not having too great of years. We're gonna be honest. But yeah, Chase Young. I mean, I know he forces a lot of pressure. Sacks don't really quantify how much he means for this team, but I think they should be able to be. They should be okay, but I would think they would be better if they actually had a backup plan at defensive end, which I don't think they have right now. I don't think they're prepared for it at all. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the situation.
We gotta talk about your boy DeAndre Carter, Naughty. That's like your that was a home run.
Home run, my guy.
Evan, you remember that? You know what is still the biggest video on this channel, bro?
It's the second time we're talking about DeAndre Carter on a live stream too. This
so
the
happy
second
for
time.
this man, bro. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember seeing on Twitter that someone posted that DeAndre Carter was what Steven Sims was supposed to be, bro, and that's exactly it.
Yeah,
DeAndre Carter is special, bro. Like when you put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Great things happen. But yeah, man, it's always a big play with him. I'm glad that we have him on our team because one as a returner, right? Because when have we had a great returner? When's been the last time we've had a great returner? I don't remember, honestly. Maybe Brandon Banks.
Yeah.
But so there's that. And then I believe he caught the reception touchdown today, right?
Yeah, he did. It was a great first touchdown.
But yeah.
Oh, speaking of it, Terry even got hurt. When I saw that, I was like, yo.
Terry got hurt.
I was like,
Terry's our offense right now, bro. Like, I know
this is that part of the radio, and from the sounds of it, it didn't sound good. But then to see him come back like a couple drives later, that at least was encouraging.
Yeah.
Like we'll have to see what his status is for this coming week, like in practice. But like he's got guts.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he's pretty much everything we wanted here in DC for a very long time.
That Tampa Bay defense,
ever since Santana Moss left.
Yeah. That Tampa Bay defense literally were trying to rip everyone's head off. Like there was hits after hits. I was like, this isn't.
I was so freaking mad about this. They picked up a freaking personal foul penalty, or not personal.
It was on JD McKissick.
Yeah, they picked it up after putting the flag down. That was clearly to the head or to the helmet. Like there
was one play where
Heineke, I was like, huh?
Heineke got I thought it was roughing the passer. He extended the play, and I just saw him fly off the screen. I was like, wow. But again, refs are refs. So
yeah.
Hey man, it's Tom Brady. We already know when you play against Tom Brady, you're not playing against just Tom Brady.
Yeah. That's true.
It's the age-old truth.
That is true. Let's talk a little bit more about let's see. What about the quarterback? A little bit more about Taylor Heineke. I mean, who is Taylor Heineke, bro? I really don't know how to describe this man. I still think he's a high-end backup. That's just my take. But he shows you moments where he could be a starter in this league, and then he shows you moments where he's just there's no way he can start. Who is Taylor Heineke, Evan? Let's go meta. Who is Taylor Heineke?
I don't know, but one thing we can say that I guarantee you nobody thought we'd ever say this season, that man Taylor Heineke outplayed Tom Brady today. Straight up outplayed him. He had more big plays. He had obviously the stat line was greater, but he had more big plays. He created more, and you could tell this game meant a lot to Taylor too, because he was out to prove today that the playoff game against Tampa, the one that got him the contract here, he was out to prove that wasn't just a fluke. Mm-hmm. So there was that, and then I don't mean to bring up this segment too early or anything like that. But the next opponent, the Panthers, is another game, is another opponent where Taylor had a pretty good game against them last time, albeit that was kind of in garbage time, or at least you could say it was garbage time.
That was his first. That was the first Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, I mean that was his first start, but again, like the asterisk is, you could say that was garbage time.
That game also.
Like, we'll find out.
Yeah, that game also reminds me of the performance that we saw at quarterback before Heineke was in the game, which I will keep saying this. I will keep saying it. Worst quarterback performance I've ever seen as a fan in DC, bro. I will keep saying it. People might put out like John Beck and all that. I mean, I was like, we were younger and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I remember
John Beck. We only talking people who's supposed to be the starter.
Exactly.
John Beck don't count.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think you hit the nail on its head. I think this upcoming matchup, we can get to it now. Let's get to Roger Smith's point right here, because I don't want to ignore what he said. 3-time Super Bowl champ skins, Dan Snyder. I mean, obviously, like Dan Snyder's the owner, man. We're just enjoying.
Yes,
we're just trying to enjoy this.
You
team,
have
bro.
to enjoy this,
like bro, all the stuff we've been through, and we just beat the Super Bowl champions.
Exactly.
And you think we supposed to just let it go? Nah, bro.
Come on,
Evan. I know. Sometimes, Evan, I can seem like a pessimist when it comes to this team and stuff, and like I always say, I'm a realist, all that. But even in these kind of moments, like I'm rooting for this team. Like I'm happy they won.
Seriously,
like
seriously, you think we like seeing the team do bad?
No.
You think we like seeing them lose? No.
Yeah.
No.
So
we talk on it because lately that's all we've been seeing, bro. We earned a day like this. We deserve a day like this, man. Like, will it last? Possibly not. But hey, it's here. It's here. So we're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if this will turn the season around. Hopefully it will, going back to 2012 days, but you just gotta enjoy this win as the organization, as fans, the team itself. When stuff like this is probably the biggest win since this is our Pittsburgh Steelers win of last year. Yeah. But a great win. We got Carolina coming up. We'll see how that goes, but just gotta enjoy this while we can.
What are your thoughts on Roger Smith's comment right here? It's apparent that we should run it more smash mouth and less passing will help his team. Smash mouth gives us an identity on offense. You know what helps with that smash mouth? Brandon Sheriff in the lineup.
Yeah. Brandon Sheriff was big today.
Yeah.
Getting him and Cosme back, you could really say that was the defining moment of this game. Like that's what helped us win this game that nobody's talking about. The return of Brandon Sheriff and Samuel Cosme, because you noticed when Taylor Heineke dropped back to pass, a lot of times he had a clean pocket. He ain't really faced pressure, but so many times. It was really the run's a whole nother story. Tampa's really good at stopping the run, but for the most part, they wasn't getting to Taylor.
No. Yeah. We should have beat them last year.
Yeah, Sheriff and Cosme was big in their pass protection today.
Yeah. No, I agree with Evan said. Getting them back was huge. There were times where Heineke had so much time he could have sat down and drank a cup of tea while he was at it. But kudos to the offensive line.
He could have went back and got his master's with how much time he got in the pocket.
Yeah.
Or bachelor's, I think. But yeah.
Yeah. But I still for some reason think he can be our franchise quarterback. I don't know why, but I still have faith. I don't know why I do.
Oh, nah, man. Nah. I think that ship sailed.
Here we go again.
I just think the mistakes he makes are rookie mistakes. And remember, his first year is
28 years old.
We done set the names Matt Corral, Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell way too many times, bro.
To be fair, Evan, though, to be fair, I am not a fan of any of these quarterbacks in the draft class.
That's also a reason.
We're just boosting them up because they are quarterbacks and it's a weak class. That's pretty much my opinion on it. Just like 2019, minus Kyler. But
I mean, like, just think about it. The mistakes he's making are rookie mistakes, but this is his first season as a starter. I think it's a learning curve. I know he's 28. It throws people off, but I still think he can be our guy, Naughty and Evan. I just think that. I don't know. I know it's stupid, but I still think that.
A learning curve. That's like I don't even want to bring up an analogy. It's not stupid. It's just like it's not. It's just not right, bro. Like
Like
we've
it's
seen
not the
plenty of
worst thing
Tennessee
we've
up
ever
until now.
believed. Not the worst thing we've ever believed, but also not the best.
Exactly. Like he's not the answer. He's not the answer. Like we need to stop. I thought we, like Evan said, I
Because
thought we were past
I
that
mean,
time.
I say not the worst because once upon a time we believed that Monte Nicholson was a franchise cornerback.
That is true. That is true. We did believe that.
Yeah.
I think that Raiders game definitely helped, where he caught that pick.
Yeah.
Defense was going out all out. 27-10, I think was the result. David DC, our guy, not a
Yeah.
franchise QB, fun to watch sometimes. Not, yeah, his arm is not it, bro.
No.
His arm. That's why he sails the ball because he
Yeah,
doesn't have strong enough arm.
there were times. There's a lot of plays where he gets lucky, he just doesn't get an interception. It's just
Yeah,
surprising. But he got his pocket awareness. Like there was one play where he like
Monte
ducked.
Nichols was safety. So
Oh, he was
yeah,
safety, yeah. Where it's fun to see. But I don't know, man. I still think, but I still agree. Great last drive. Yeah. That was a long, long drive.
10:55 to 31 seconds, I think.
Unbelievable.
But no, I think like the broadcaster said, usually they're wrong. But like the broadcaster said today, they're actually right. That was probably the going to be, even like when the season is done, the best drive, the most important drive of the season. Honestly, like that was a great drive. As we talked about extensively at the beginning. If you guys want our full thoughts on it, go back. But yeah, great drive. Okay, former Washington football team fan, now Ravens fan. Thank you for joining and for the comments and stuff. But I see the trash talk. I'm sorry, we're too far gone.
Again, we're not
going to become.
disputing that, but let us have our moment.
Yeah.
And also, Evan, you said earlier, why don't you become a fan of like the Ravens instead of this trash team? And I'm like, we're too far gone, man. We're not. We're loyal people. We're not going to switch up.
We are way past that.
And also, the Ravens wet the bed on national television against the Dolphins. So
against the Dolphins,
that is a great point.
And plus, even if all that wasn't a factor, there will come a day when the Ravens are trash.
Ever
since we've been alive on this planet Earth,
I don't know when that exactly. Every day we've been alive, they've been good.
It's the business of sports. It might be next year, it might be 20 years from now, but a day will come when the Ravens are trash and the football team is good, and we on the complete opposite side of this conversation. And then you're going to have Ravens fans saying they want to be Washington fans. That day is going to come eventually.
Nah, to be honest, I mean, no, I don't doubt that our team will be good and the Ravens will be bad one day. I doubt that there's going to be Ravens fans that are going to jump over to the Washington bandwagon. Because I think there's just been too many years of this nonsense of a franchise being, I don't know, fill in the blank, being terrible, being atrocious. So, especially if you're a young fan, if you're already a Ravens fan, why would you? I don't know. But
people used to say the same thing about the Saints back when they made it
years ago.
When they made it
decades ago.
For fans to go to the games with like the paper bags over their heads. That's when people were saying the same thing about the Saints, man.
Evan, that was like when we were born, bro. Like that was decades ago.
It's the same concept. It's the same concept, just in a different era.
One day.
Yep, one day.
Yeah.
Okay, great conversation so far. This will probably be the last thing because we love to. I don't know. I like to keep these live streams so that people could like watch them as if they're like a recorded video, so they're not like that long, like an hour plus or anything. But the last question I want to ask you, looking ahead, thoughts on this upcoming matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton apparently scored a touchdown.
Scored two, I think.
Two. According to Brandon, Cowboys fan, very good supporter of this channel. It's the return. Cam Newton's return, Carolina today, first game. And also Ron Rivera versus Cam Newton. I mean, in the regular season. What are your thoughts on that matchup and just the road that Washington has coming up?
The opponent is beatable. The Panthers are a beatable team, and I feel like I might be saying that even if we didn't beat Tampa today, even if we would have came up short. Like, Carolina's a beatable team. Like, you can move the ball on that defense. Their offense is going to be tricky, though. With Cam Newton back, I mean, it's not prime Cam Newton, but it's still Cam Newton. I hear Christian McCaffrey's back. So that's going to be the big thing. Can our defense, without Montez Sweat, without Chase Young, contain this explosive offense that Carolina has? But one thing I will say about that game, they bet not boo Ron Rivera, dog. They have better not boo Ron Rivera. Like, why? Because Ron, when all is said and done, that man is the greatest coach in the history of the Carolina Panthers. Like, I believe he's won the most games in Panthers history. I know for a fact he had was it undefeated or did they lose a game in the regular season in 2015? It's one of them two.
They lost one, yeah.
They lost one. 15-1. Best record in franchise history for the Panthers.
With a terrible
led him to a Super Bowl. Bro, he did, during his time in Charlotte, he did everything that you could ask of a head coach. And he's the reason Cam Newton became Cam Newton. He's a big reason why Cam Newton became Cam Newton. So I really say Ron Rivera needs to be met with a standing ovation when he goes back to Carolina on Sunday.
Okay, Dolo, your thoughts?
I mean, I think every game is winnable now. We've shown that we can beat the defending Super Bowl champs. With this team, if you have heart, with Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, anything can happen any given Sunday. So we'll see. Hopefully we can win out and get that 7th seed. And I don't know. We'll see what goes from there.
That's where I was gonna get at. That last point that Abdullah just said, the 7th seed. Guys, I don't know if you know. Right now, Carolina Panthers are projected to be the 7th seed in NFC. And remember, guys, they're not you guys who are on this, right? Evan and Abdullah, but people who may be watching might forget. 7 teams in the playoffs, each conference now instead of 6. Carolina is 4-5, and they are in the 7th seed spot. We are 3-6, guys.
By the way, we're now officially 1 game behind them, pending the result of their game.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be a loss. So 4-6, or I think it's already included, right?
No. They're 4-5 now. They're up on right now, but that game is not final. It's in the first quarter. So 4-5 again, pending the result of their game against the Cardinals.
Yeah, and the Falcons lost. So, the Falcons are what are the Falcons?
4-6.
4-5.
Or 4-5.
4-5.
Falcons are 4-5. Yes. Okay. All right. So regardless, we're gonna be a game back. We're gonna be a game back of the 7th seed in the NFC. I don't think we're gonna win the division. Cowboys are too good.
Oh, yeah,
but I think
definitely
we have a shot. We have a shot if we pull some wins together. Looking at our schedule right now, I know it's crazy for me to be the person who's saying this after what I've been saying the last couple of weeks, but we have the Panthers next, Seahawks with Russell Wilson.
It's prime time too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Wait, what?
Isn't it prime time the Seahawks game on Monday night?
I don't care about that anymore. The prime time.
Oh yeah, it is.
I guess that, but like the whole narrative about Washington sucking on like prime time, like that, I think Kirk Cousins was like the biggest reason for that. So, and we won some primetime games.
And I mean, you got to think about it. In the Ron Rivera era, if you will, 2-0 in primetime. 2-0.
That's true.
And is that including? I don't think that's including the Steelers game, right? Last year.
Yeah, the Steelers game. Yeah, that 2-0.
Panthers, Seahawks, Raiders, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. That's our upcoming slate. Panthers, okay, winnable. Seahawks, I think, remember we played them pretty well last year, and it's at home. We played them pretty well last year. I don't know if people remember. We did lose.
Plus, the Seahawks, to your point, Nadi, they have a track record of letting teams stay in games no matter how good or bad they are.
They're inferior.
Seattle will let you stay in the game.
Yeah. The Raiders, I mean, they started off hot, but now I don't know if are they playing today?
No, they're falling off.
They got the Chiefs tonight.
Oof. I know they're 5-3, but like I think they're a very beatable 5-3. Although I would still give the Raiders the edge just because.
Fun fact: we haven't lost to the Raiders since 2005.
Jeez.
When's the last time we played a Derek Carr-led Raiders team, though?
2017.
2017.
Yep.
And who do we have at quarter? We had at least an average to
We
above average
had
quarterback.
Kirk Cousins
right?
at quarterback.
I know. I'm just saying, like we had average to above average quarterback play. So if Taylor Heineke could give us that, maybe we could eke out the W. But no, the thing that's worrying me the most is that the Cowboys games are no longer as winnable as a lot of us thought they were going to be.
And even then, we might still get one of them.
Yeah. I'm not saying we won't.
Because it's like you never know.
Exactly, and it's NFC East.
Like when two NFC East teams get together, you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. I'm not saying we won't win that. I'm just saying like the chances of us winning like went down with the amount of success the Cowboys have had thus far. But no, I think the slate is pretty good. Pretty good. We can potentially vie for a 7th spot in the NFC. Now the question is, do we want to? After doing the same thing last year.
This is the same conversation we had last year, man.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, we're even the record is sort of the same. We started off 2-7 last year, I think.
I got 2-7 versus 3-6, so like it's right around the same. And the thing is, going for the playoff spot ended up getting us Jamin Davis, who has been good, and I feel like he needs more playing time, but he's been good.
Yeah.
Josh Doctson scored a touchdown against the Raiders. I remember because I was there and I could not stop laughing.
And he dropped that one against the Chiefs. Remember that, guys?
And not only that, that touchdown, he mossed like 2 people.
Yeah. What's it called? Joey Sly. The kicker. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good to see him.
He would have made a difference too because hold up, Joey Sly was perfect for his field goals today, right? He ain't missed.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm looking at the box score now. Joey Sly. Dang, Kickens all the way at the bottom. All right, he was 3 for 3. That means he scored us 3 for 3 on field goals and on extra points, 2 for 2. That's a total of 11 points. We won by 10. So boom, that's how important kicking is.
Thank you.
I know someone else who did, Muhammad.
AG too.
Second best rush defense, and Gibson was not doing so the last couple weeks. But no, Joey Sly, I think, he was super important. I mean, long of 46, that's a good point by Tim.
Jonathan Allen, another great. I saw him all over the place today.
Did he make a sack today?
I don't think he had a sack, but it was like there were plays.
He might have had one.
He did.
Might have had one.
He did. I don't remember.
He had one, bro.
I don't remember honestly, but
let me tell you, Jonathan Allen is living. It's early, but Jonathan Allen is living up to that contract, man. He's living up to it.
Yeah, he didn't have a sack, but pressures for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the box score right now.
We as a team didn't have a sack.
Yeah. William Jackson had a.
I don't know how that happened. Like we didn't get a sack.
Do you guys think that, like, so far, who do you think should make the Pro Bowl from our team? I was thinking about that the other day.
From our team, I think Jonathan Allen definitely should.
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah. I
think
somebody
on our O-line has to make it because let's face it, we did not expect, like, even with as good as our O-line was toward the end of last year, could we really say we expected them to be this good?
No.
Because if nothing else, they've been able to keep Ryan Fitzpatrick on his feet. They've been able to keep Taylor Heineke on his feet. So our O-line needs some love, and obviously, Terry McLaurin.
The problem though with Terry though, I'm not saying problem as a player. I'm just saying in terms of national perception, he doesn't like. There are games like this one, a lot of these games where he doesn't put up the best of stats. I think he had 6 catches for 59 yards, something like that. It was not that great. So when you're voting for the Pro Bowl, when fans are voting for the Pro Bowl, we're not fans of his team. That's why guys like Terry always get left off the rosters because they see the stat lines and they're like, there's some other players that are having better. And remember, I don't think Cooper Kupp was a Pro Bowler last year. He's in the NFC. So he's probably going to take the spot that Justin Jefferson took last year, right? So I don't know. It might be tough for Terry to make the Pro Bowl in the NFC. His NFC receivers are so stacked right now. But definitely Jonathan Allen. Definitely Brandon Sheriff, in my opinion. I don't know who else. I think that's probably it.
That's it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe Trestway, but I don't really have. I don't have
to
assess the
player. I feel like some other players of ours are going to make like a case as the season goes on, like as we get a little bit later. I feel
it's
like
Washington, remember, so you got to be like,
Terry McLaurin's gonna make himself a statement. I'm saying, hold on, Deron Payne ain't done yet. Deron Payne ain't done. Who else? There was another player whose name was on my tongue. Oh yeah, Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick. I don't think they done yet. Like they gonna have something to say because remember we're not facing the second best run defense in the league every week.
yeah.
So they're gonna have something to say. But I'm not necessarily not that I expect all of them to make it in the Pro Bowl, but a lot of them are at least going to be in the conversation.
Unless we get things turned around and we start pulling
Sure for
out
the deadline,
wins.
bro. The
Wait,
deadline.
deadline. Oh, they already passed.
Yeah,
My
passed.
bad.
Deadline passed, bro.
I think he
Oh,
meant like
it was
needed to
released.
trade or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I think I don't know. I probably was thinking about the NBA or something. No,
Yeah.
deadline. You guys are right. It already passed. So,
Do you think they'll let Brandon walk or what do you? Because like
At this point, I think yes, because he's shown like the offensive line has shown that Scherf's absence doesn't hurt as much as we thought it would.
no,
I feel like
I
that's
disagree
big,
with that.
he missed a couple games and the whole line still held up.
Held up, but in terms of the run game, I think he makes a huge difference when he's in the lineup.
Like he does, but like
I mean,
my point is,
sure.
and you go back to the Atlanta game where he went out, and after that, it looked like the O line just didn't miss a beat. Like you almost couldn't tell he left.
But that's also the Falcons, though, bro. Like I get your point. I mean, yeah. Like the offensive line is still really good even without Brandon Scherf. I 1,000% agree with you. But Brandon Scherf is a valuable member of this team. There's a reason why I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler again this year. Like he matters so much to our run game. Our pass game, like you can't really quantify again like what he means to this team, kind of like Chase. Like I feel like he's super valuable for us. But Dave and DC, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I think none of us were confident in our backup defensive ends going into the season, and now we got James Smith-Williams and Casey Tuhill.
Shaka Tony, right? No,
Shaka
he's
Tony.
Yeah.
Has he been anywhere on this team?
I heard his name. I think he had that pressure, but other than that, I don't really.
Yeah. James Smith-Williams had a tackle. I think that's it in terms of a backup defensive. Oh, Casey Tuhill had three assists, 3 tackle assists, and then 1 solo. So
it was nice to see. It was nice to see John Bates. It was one play where he didn't fumble. He was down, but I was like, oh gosh, I thought like that was gonna be a key turning point of the game. But he had some nice catches.
It only looked like a fumble because he kept running because he got up.
Yeah. So that was good to see.
It was either his elbow was down or he definitely stepped out of bounds before that.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, he's too close out of bounds.
He definitely stepped out of bounds before he dropped that ball.
Yeah. But that was good to see. Just a hard fought team win, man. It's something that we haven't seen this year a lot. So overall, great.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier, live wire, but yeah, it's feasible. I mean, it's definitely possible. We are Washington though, so you have to add that. But like, it's definitely possible. Like with the team in our situation, if you're an NFL team in our situation, with the situation of the NFL being where it's at right now, it's definitely possible. I think we're only a game back from the Falcons, who right now are 4-6, and I think they're
4-5
or 4-5. I'm sorry.
Remember, Atlanta already had their bye.
Yeah, 4-5, and they are the 7th seed right now in the NFC. So,
we have the tiebreak over the Falcons too.
That is another great point by Evan. Yeah.
So it's like in order to beat us for that playoff spot, Atlanta has to have a better record than us.
Yeah. So we pretty much have like a 2-game advantage.
Honestly, Atlanta, I don't know what they have to play for because just a whole lot of
not 2 games. If we're tied with them, if we're 1 game above them is what I was trying to say. Then we have a 2-game advantage because of the tiebreaker. But yeah. I think that's it for this one, guys. This is a huge win. Definitely a shocker. But we got it out. We eked out the W, 3-6. Next week we got the Carolina Panthers, much more easier opponent. But then again, we can't take our opponents lightly because we also are a pretty easy opponent. So, but yeah, we got the 3. Well, what's the record for the Panthers right now? 4-6.
I think they're beating the Cardinals right now too.
Panthers? Oh,
yeah. Let's see. Panthers. They're up 17-0 on the Cardinals. They about to start
Without
the second.
Kyler Murray though, it's Colt McCoy, our boy Colt McCoy started.
The same Colt McCoy who just beat Kyle Shanahan.
That's true. That's true. Maybe the Panthers might not be as easy of an opponent. But
We'll see.
they're still not the Tampa Bay Bucks is what we were trying to get at.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. We got another great week of videos coming up. It's gonna be the week before Thanksgiving. Yeah. So holiday season is definitely in full effect, and we got some more great content for you guys coming up. And we appreciate you guys' support on this channel. And please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Also, go follow our Twitter page at DMV Sports Zone and our Instagram page, all lowercase DMV Sports Zone. Post fire content on there as much as possible as well. That being said, have a great rest of your Sunday. Watch some great football, and see you on the next one. Peace.